This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, a new British comedy drama from director Sophie Hyde. It takes a look at the private meetings of two people. Nancy, a widow looking to reach personal release, and Leo, the escort that she's hired to make that happen. Although Leo is entirely comfortable with the notion, Nancy is nothing but nerves, finding new reasons to delay what she's already paid for. Regardless, those anxieties do lead to a slower, more conversational start, and as the two find common ground, their relationship also seems to become something more than professional. At least for Nancy, it does. This movie is a great example of a basic premise being brought to life through almost nothing but character interactions. The film is, again, little more than several conversations between Nancy and Leo, set almost entirely in the same hotel room over several days. The initial conflict between Nancy's nervousness and Leo's confidence is treated lightly and with humor, and then shifts into a more dramatic tone just when things get comfortable, both for Nancy and for the audience. It's a bit sudden, but given how that shift comes about, I imagine that was intentional. Better yet, it's still delivered pretty naturally, as is the overall dialogue within the movie. The film's themes of sexual exploration, shame versus expression, and the very act of sex work are also handled pretty well, never feeling shoehorned into these conversations for the sake of bringing them up. Emma Thompson and Daryl McCormack, as Nancy and Leo respectively, are absolutely stellar in their roles, navigating these topics from their own points of view and fleshing out their characters as a whole. Their greater chemistry and their conflicting ideas are also built up naturally, despite the short runtime of the film and the relatively few encounters they have within the story. It makes for something worth investing your attention, held up by characters worth seeing do their thing, so to speak. Given the limitations of the setting, there isn't much to say in regards to set design or anything along those lines. Cinematography and editing do help to hide the drawbacks, keeping up a nice variety of angles that keep each scene from looking too stale or samey. Naturally, there isn't much to look at, with most of the visual focus on the actual acting talent on display. Editing helps keep the overall experience paced out well, especially given the film's other attention on dialogue and conversation. It's probably easiest to say that this movie isn't putting a high production value on display, leaning in harder on the themes and discussions, and most of all developing the characters. And since we're stuck with them the whole time, that idea is only natural. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie were based on a stage play or something, given how much it sticks to a smaller scale. Either way, the movie works as a great example of how to do a lot with relatively little, and especially as an example of how character chemistry and development can be all that a story needs. Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. Sophie Hyde, 2022. 4.5 stars. I definitely recommend giving it a watch. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I gotta say, the hotel room in this movie, I've never been in one that nice. Hell, it's a nicer room than in any apartment I've ever lived in. Is that just a British thing, or do I need to get a real job if I ever get out of here?